All right. Welcome, everybody. Merrill Chandler here, your host of the Fundability Report. So today we got a couple of interesting things that, first of all, if you haven't heard, consumers are getting their payments from Equifax data breach settlement. That was way back in 2017. And there was $425 million in consumer restitutions for problems, et cetera. If you're part of that lawsuit, it's too late to claim now. We have notified over the last couple of years whenever we've gotten notices from Equifax, we put it out to you. But $425 million for damages for consumers who have been harmed from this process. So there's a great that $425 million. The most you could claim was $125. That's one of the things I brought up. If the $125 is worth it to you for hours and hours of painstaking proof documents, et cetera, then go for it. But it's not a whole lot. The juice may have not been worth the squeeze was my original saying. So now, huge news coming up. More and more states continue to put a usury cap. Usury is predatory interest. They're putting a 36% loan caps or caps of 36% on loan rates. Now, there are a bunch of check cashing companies and auto title loan people who will charge 160% interest so they can make enough money. They lend out $150. They charge it's $6 a day or to be able to pay that back. But their rationale is that money is designed to create to make it worth lending that $150, $200, $500. And the problem is the part of the argument they don't talk about is the very people who need this money may have difficulty either staying employed or the terms of employment. They're the last ones to be hired and first ones to be fired. And so what is supposed to last a week, where it's $6 a day, is not too bad to be able to fix your car with the $250, $300 loan, $500 loan. The problem is that many times it goes for weeks and months at that rate, because the people who are borrowing are not sophisticated when engaging the lender, or they do not have the resources to be able to pay it back as fast as they want to believe they do. As a result, they're upside down and getting killed on interest rates. Well, another state has brought to the fore that there are, and the stricter states are Arizona, Colorado, we got Nebraska, South Dakota, Montana, Ohio, Tennessee, Georgia, and North Carolina, and almost the entire Northeast from Virginia north all the way excluding Maine. All of these states have put a cap on 36%, and more are being influenced by consumer groups to do so. So I want to there's two messages for your fundability. Number one, I applaud the state governments to put caps on their lending. There's 160%, especially for persons who are not sophisticated in their borrowing education or their borrowing knowledge. It's just creating more problems than they are fixing. Secondly, this is why we have fundable borrowers. This is why we have the education that we have, right? This is why our borrower education and all of the software that we support that with is designed to help the unbanked as well as millionaire real estate investors and everybody in between. We want everybody to become fundable so you get the best rates possible. And the best rates possible right now for our clients is prime plus 0.75%, right? Maybe as high as 0.2%. Wherever prime goes, our fundable borrowers are killing it in getting the lowest possible rates, pools of money that we've rarely had access to in the past. So I do want to celebrate New Mexico joining the look. Wisconsin is pushing heavily. There's 4 states currently looking to be added to this list that I mentioned earlier. So congratulations. Yeah, Rhode Island, Minnesota are also waiting for are in the process, and it looks like will be approved in their local congresses. So I'm thrilled about that one. Congratulations, and to the consumer advocacy groups that are making that happen. All right, so one of the next things that we want to cover is that another study came out that shows that automatic underwriting reduces by 78% the fair underwriting, non-biased underwriting of persons of disadvantaged persons or persons of color. That normally in traditional manual underwriting, where you sit in front of a banker, you sit in front of a baker. When you sit in front of a baker, there may be biases that are inherent in that loan process. Where underwriting is so, the U.S. Treasury Department also confirmed its recent report stated as profound that manual automatic underwriting will profoundly impact consumer finance policy in the United States, and they're especially pushing heavily on new entrant, non-banked persons. So thrilled to see what's going on here and what's happening in the consumer in the borrower markets. Absolutely love that what we have been preaching for over 10 years is that borrower education makes a difference, and we need to make sure that automatic underwriting, people know how to get approved under automatic underwriting, so the least amount of bias occurs in the loan approval process. So thrilled about that. There's KeyBank is under fire. KeyBank is one of the higher top 10 tier 2 banks, and it's under fire because it has been said that it was going to spend $16.5 billion in loans in community development, and they have not come anywhere near that, and they're being sued for misrepresenting. Remember, community development is it creates good impressions among legislators, lobbyists, and it creates positive impressions with local residents and borrowers. KeyBank's awesome because they're investing in our community and they're providing low-cost loans to persons within their footprint that are unbanked or also have been financially disadvantaged by race, creed, color, or other biases. Well, KeyBank is under fire because they are not doing what they said they were going to do, to the tune of not investing $16.5 billion, and they're up for review. And from this article, it says that they might actually pull. You have to apply to be a community investment bank, and if they get that pulled, then that's a huge black mark on their reputation as a goodwill lender and someone who's reaching out to communities for reinvestment in these local, urban, usually poor markets. So go KeyBank, better get your act together. That brings us to a close here at the Fundability Report with Merrill Chandler. We'll see you next week, Tuesday, 3:45 Mountain Time. Love to see you there. Bye.